My name is Jonathan Goforth with Keller Williams Platinum Partners. Thanks for watching today's video. We're going to talk about what I think are the three biggest mistakes that brand new realtors make. So if you are a pretty new agent and you're getting started in your career and you want to know things to not do, things to make sure that you avoid doing as your career starts taking shape, that's what we're going to talk about today. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Give this video a like. Let's get started. In my opinion, there are three things that I've noticed during my career that new agents just are really bad at. These are the three big mistakes that brand new agents make. So I've been doing this 26 years. I was 29 when I first got into real estate. That makes me 55 now. And my first 2.5 years, I sold very little. I see why this career has the highest turnover rate. I see why 90% of agents don't last the first 3, 4, 5 years. They are gone, have exited the industry. So I think these three things are going to help you a lot. They're not only going to get you some sales, but they should take your real estate career, your brand new career, into a thriving success. So something that has baffled me, agents get in who have no plan. So partly, it's very easy to get into real estate. Now, you might not think so because you just passed the exam. You're sick and tired of studying. You may have found me from some real estate test questions. But so basically, to get into real estate, you just get the material. You do it online, or you go to a real estate school and you take in-person classes. And you go through those hours, the material. You practice my videos on test questions, and then you go take the exam. You pass the exam, you get your fingerprints, you mail in your information to the state, and congratulations, you are a real estate agent. And so now, during that process, what has been amazing to me, because I teach a lot of the new agent classes in my office. By the way, you're going to want to subscribe because my other videos coming out. My first 2.5 years were bad. They sucked. I'll just tell you, they were bad. But because I don't do these three things I'm about to show you, I got to be listed in Forbes magazine in 2019, 20, and 21 as one of the top market leaders in the nation. And so I want you to take this very seriously, what I'm about to talk about. An agent goes through that process of becoming a real estate agent. They pass the exam, but during that time of whatever led them into real estate, and during the process of studying the material, practicing questions, and passing the exam, that agent, that real estate agent, now had no plan to get leads. The whole time, they were interested in real estate. They were studying to pass the exam. Now they're an agent, and they had no plan to get leads. And they have no money to put behind some advertising. Let's talk about this. Why would a brand new person go through the whole process of getting their real estate license, but they had no plan on how they're going to get leads? It blows my mind. So I teach different new agent classes in my office, and this is the most common thing with all of them. Well, how are they supposed to get leads? You know, when I was new, 26 years ago, I got into real estate with the idea, the wrong idea, that the office would just give me leads. All I have to do is sit there, take board duty, and the phone would ring, and all these people just call the office. I need somebody to come and list my house. Well, that would just get to be me. The brand new agent, I get to have all those leads. That's not how any of this works. Now, you should take board duty because on occasion, the rare occasion somebody actually would call in, you get to go have a listing appointment or you pick up a buyer. But for the most part, you have to get your own leads. You just do. You have to get your own leads. And yet the agent had no plan the whole time they're studying to get leads. And so They get their real estate license, and now what comes next? And that's the big question. And then, how are they going to get those leads? They put together a plan. What's it going to take to accomplish that? Do they need to spend some money on some advertising to get those leads? For example, you're going to have fixed costs already. Your brokerage might have maybe a monthly fee you have to pay, whether you sell anything or not. You're going to have MLS dues, whether you sell anything or not. E-key fees, lockbox fees. You're going to have board dues at the end of the year. You've got some fixed costs that have nothing to do with getting you leads. So you're going to have some savings, some money for that, so that you don't run out of your savings along the way before you start getting closings. So how are you going to get leads? And this is my question to you, because it's different for all of us. How are you going to get leads? I'm hoping you thought of this. I'm hoping you already have a plan. But if you have no plan, you've already made mistake number one. You've entered into a career with no plan to succeed. And if you have no money, I don't know how you're going to put your plan into action. A plan to get leads would be doing open houses. I will tell you, open houses work. I have a pretty recent video. If you go back 4 or 5 videos, I tell you how to do an epic open house. You need to do open houses. Those are free. It's a free form of advertising for you to get buyers, maybe some other listings. You need to be contacting your circle of influence, your sphere of influence, the people who know you. That's your number one source of leads and referrals from those leads. But you need a plan in how you're going to advertise yourself to those people. So in the world of real estate, this might come as a shock to you. You don't sell houses. You're brand new. Unless you just walked in with a whole bunch of houses, you are not selling houses. You want to sell houses, but your product, what it is that you are selling, is you. And as your career takes off and you get bigger and bigger and bigger, they're not calling you because of a house. They're calling you because of you. They want to use you. And that is where your advertising comes in. You are marketing your name, your picture, your phone number, your brand. It's your reputation, what you can do for the client, what makes you better than whoever else they were going to call before they found out that you are a brand new agent. How do they find out you're a brand new agent? That's the big question. You've got to have a plan to get leads. Now, there's a lot of ways to do that. And some of these are going to cost money. If you're going to be sending out mailings, which I do, I have since the beginning, whether these are magnets, I'm in Kansas City. Thank goodness we have 2 local sports teams here. So I get to have 2 magnets. We got the Royals for baseball, and we got the Chiefs. Now, for decades, 50 years, the Chiefs were bad. They sucked as a football team. But in the last 5 years, the Chiefs are thriving. We've been in 3 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. That makes my magnet much more desirable. People are going to keep it. But it costs money to buy these magnets, to buy the stamps, to buy the flyers, to get those printed. It takes money, long-term money. You're not going to do 1 mailing or 2 mailings or 5 mailings. This is consistent mailings to your COI list to get leads. This is putting together a plan. You need to get your name list organized, which I've got a great video on that. Go back a few videos. Go into my channel and look up how to create your name list, your database, your COI list, which is circle of influence or center of influence, or your SOI list, which is your sphere of influence. It's all the same thing. Put together a plan, and I want you to do it fast. I want you to do it tonight. Put together a plan of how you're going to get leads. Now, let's talk about number 2. This is a tough one. We need to talk about this. This is a big mistake that many brand new agents make. They get into real estate thinking they're going to go nuts with it. They're going to have a huge career. They're going to explode. However, they currently have a full-time job. And depending on that full-time job, they got to fit that around a real estate career. There are some full-time jobs that work very well with real estate, but many do not. And if you cannot fit your full-time job around real estate, then you probably should not have become a real estate agent. I'm just going to tell you, and I can say that from wherever you live, probably far away, so you can't come and find me after making a comment like that. But real estate, I'm just going to tell you, real estate is a tough career because of the schedule to fit around some full-time jobs. Let's say you have a full-time job where you cannot answer the phone during the day. Let's say you're a nurse, you're on a 12-hour shift, you don't get your phone. So you're getting calls, you're spending some money to generate leads. Maybe you did some mailings. Maybe you did some really good Facebook posts. You did some good social media, maybe a Instagram post or a TikTok, whatever, and you're getting some calls. But you can't answer the phone. Somebody calls you and they want to go see a house today at 2 o'clock. Brand new listing. You got them pre-approved yesterday because you were off. And now brand new listing came on the market this morning. They want to go see it today at 2 o'clock. They leave you a message about 10. I could go show it to them. But if you have a full-time job and you are not checking your phone, you don't even know you got that message. You don't even know you have a buyer who wants to go see a house. And that's not going to work. You can see the dilemma. And people with certain full-time jobs, they all leave the real estate industry because it doesn't work. They made a mistake. They should not have entered into the real estate career. They've wasted time studying for an exam, and now they wasted money on passing a test that they can't even do this career. You need to fit your full-time job around real estate. Now, some people I know, there are certain big national trainers, and they're going to tell you, quit your job. If you're going to jump into real estate, you need to quit your job. It's going to make you very hungry. You're going to work harder than ever to make the real estate career a huge success. I did that. When I was first brand new, I kept my job during my real estate schooling. Back then I went to school, to actual real estate school. Keep in mind, 26 years ago, there was no social media. There were no apps. There was no online training. None of that existed yet. So we had to go to a real estate school, and you sit there. I went to night classes. I forget how long it took me. I think a month. I think it was a 4-week process going part-time at night. Then I passed my real estate exam, and I realized pretty quick my job was going away anyway. So I quit, and I jumped into real estate. So I had time. I could do door-to-door. I could do everything. Now, I would not recommend that now because many jobs will fit around real estate, and I would not let go of your benefits of health insurance and retirement and everything until your real estate career starts taking off. Couple things you can do to help with a solution for this. If you have a job that is not very flexible, maybe you're a school teacher. Well, I just want to sell houses at night, weekends, and then all summer. But during the day, you can't be calling people back during the school year. So many times it's not going to work either. So here's what you can do. Team up with another agent in your office and give them your referrals. Maybe you need a showing agent. For the times that you are at work, try to check your phone if you can for messages. Try to return those calls or send them a text. Or better yet, listen to the message. If you can't really be on your phone, listen to the message. Forward that to your team person at your office. Now, you may not be a team, but maybe you're just going to kind of help each other out. Forward the call to your other realtor friend and let them call your client, and they can go show the house at 2 o'clock so you don't miss business. That's a good solution to fitting a full-time job around real estate. But if you don't have a solution for this, this will not work if you have a job that's not flexible enough. there are many jobs that are flexible and it works great. But this can be a huge mistake if you don't get this figured out from the beginning. And there's some great ways to do this. And then you start making $100,000 a year, maybe way more than that. And you let go of your full-time job and you jump into real estate full-time, and then you don't really need your other helper anymore. So now number 3, I'm going to ruffle some feathers. So you're going to want to subscribe. Give this video a like now. And let's start number 3. I'm going to ruffle some feathers when I say this, but I'm going to say it because it's one of the most important things that I notice in new agents. So let's just talk about this. I want you to examine yourself, whoever you are, as to how you fit number 3, because we all deal with this to some point or another. Here's something that's fascinating to me. Real estate is my dream job. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. I live in my dream home. It's paid for by my real estate income from, I lived in this house 20 years. I'm filming here in my home down in the basement. And real estate careers are phenomenal because of the flexibility, the creativity it gives you. I get to go work out during the day. I get to go have lunch with my friends during the day. I get to do all kinds of things that people with a normal job, a corporate job, an 8-to-5 job, they can't do anything that real estate gives you the flexibility of. It's awesome. With that said, I work my butt off all the time. I work nights all the time. I work weekends. I work holidays. I work every time it's expected of me to work. I work because I choose to. Now, I'm very well compensated at this point in my career. I was not my first 2 or 3 years. It sucked in the beginning. I will just tell you, it was horrible. I have a real estate book that I wrote back in 2011 because I could see the problems that so many other agents were coming and going. To put it in perspective, I've been doing this 26 years. When I look back at everyone in my office, I'm with Keller Williams Platinum Partners, and I was with Reese Nichols before that for 18 years with them. No matter the brokerage that you go through, you're not going to see very many agents who have been doing it 26 years. My office has over 300 agents in it, and there's only one other person who's been doing it longer than me. That means everybody before me along the way have either died or they've quit. And this is a lot of it. Now, for those of you watching this and you do sell some homes already, you're the ones that are going to give me a like because you're going to agree with this. It's about time somebody says this. This is the problem with real estate agents right here. And I tell you, there's so many agents, I can't wait for the system to just purge them out because I know they're not going to succeed, but I have to work with people with bringing bad habits from a previous career. And what those bad habits are, it's laziness and bad communication. If your phone rings, what are you supposed to do? It's horrible that we even have to talk about this, but again, this is number 3. This is why so many agents fail who could be succeeding. They could be succeeding. Bad communication. They simply don't call. They don't call back. They don't answer their phone. If your phone rings, you should answer it. You should pick it up. Hi, it's Jonathan Goforth, Keller Williams Platinum Partners. And they're going to start having a conversation. Yeah, your friend Mary suggested I call you. Thinking about selling my house. I want you to just come over and tell me what it's worth. You're going to get funny calls like this all the time. It's awesome. But if I don't pick up the phone, she may not leave a message. She may be annoyed. Now, if they do leave a message, what should you do? You call them back. You call them back. But I'll tell you, so many real estate agents, it attracts the real estate career. It attracts people with issues. I'm the one who can say that. I've got my own issues, but I sell a lot of houses. You have to know what your issues are and make sure you are not lazy and you are not bad at communicating. These are my strengths. And every single successful real estate agent, these are their strengths. Now, yeah, back to number one, they put together a list of what their plan is going to be to get leads. So they've got leads that are going to be coming in. But if you've got leads coming in and you are not going to answer your phone or you're not going to call people back immediately, I'm not saying within 2 hours. I'm saying immediately, like whatever you're doing now, as soon as you're done, you call them back. So whether that's 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10 minutes, maybe you're on the phone right now and you can't get it. As soon as you're off the phone, you call them back. If they don't leave you a message, you return that call. Hey, it's Jonathan Goforth. I'm sorry, I just got off the phone with someone. I missed a call from this number. How can I help you? Yeah, well, I was thinking about leaving a message. I just need somebody to come over and walk through my home, see what things I should be doing before I'm thinking about selling it maybe in 3 or 4 months. Somebody suggested I call you to just come over. My gosh! And they didn't leave a message. You have got to have good communication. Now, here's what's fascinating to me about real estate. It is so lucrative. It is the only sales career out there I've ever come across, I've ever heard of, that truly has unlimited income potential. You have to understand the magnitude of that. My team and I, we were paid $1.2 million last year. Just last year. We did more than that 2 years ago in 2020. But in 2022, that was our gross commission. And then we split that up between me and the agents on my team. But most realtors, they don't go to college to become a real estate agent. Why would anybody do something like that? Nobody graduates from high school and then immediately becomes a real estate agent. And we all go into different careers. And something weird happens during that other career, something bad enough that it makes you leave that career and enter into real estate, right? Something has brought you here, probably as a last resort. And many times we bring our bad habits from a previous career. Now, most of us came from a corporate job. You were told what to do. You are there at 8 o'clock and you are stuck there until 5. You get maybe a 30-minute lunch. You better not be late getting back. You are held to very tight accountability at your previous job. And a lot of people fight it. Get there a little bit late, try to leave a little bit early. You sit there, you act busy while you serve your hours for the day. You go out to lunch with a friend, you come back late. Makes the other employees mad that you do that, but you do that and you start building bad habits. And people bring these bad habits into the finest career opportunity ever is real estate. The flexibility it gives, the wonderful perks that it gives. Now, it doesn't give you health insurance or retirement. It doesn't give you any of those kind of benefits, but the benefits it does give us are worth the good communication and the very hard work ethic that this job is going to take to succeed. If I'm speaking to you and you're thinking, yeah, I could be working harder. I really could. I've slacked off. I'm frustrated with my career. I'm disappointed it's not gone faster. I'm not making any money. I don't know what to do. I want you to do some things to jumpstart your real estate career. I want you to start doing open houses, not just one and then decide they don't work. I want you to do 9 in a row until you pick up clients. Now, you got to do open houses correctly. You got to have a plan. Remember, number 1, you have a plan put together to get those leads. Watch my other videos on, I'm going to put a link to that at the end of this. It's going to pop up on your screen in just a moment, how to do an epic open house, because there's things in there that will teach you good work ethic before you get to the open house. And it's going to talk about communication during the open house too, how to follow up with people that showed up to your open house. These are the three big things I want you to work on. These will transform your real estate career. Now, you don't have to make 1.2 million. You know, this didn't start happening for me until very recently, but I have made over 100,000 a year for a very long time. I've got a neat video. I'll post it on here also. I'm not doing it to show off. I'm doing it to give you hope. I've driven the same Toyota 4Runner for 20 years, all the way through my whole career, for 20 years. You don't have to have a fancy car to go on an appointment. I've driven the same Toyota 4Runner for 20 years. The seats are torn. But my oldest is now 16, and she's going to inherit that so she can drive it to school, which finally gives me the opportunity to buy something nice, something different. I'm a little bored with driving it anyway. And so a couple months ago, I bought a Range Rover. It's not new, but it's new to me. And it's awesome. I'm going to text you. I'm going to put a video. That'll be my second link. It's something that I did to reward myself after my 26-year career. And I did pay cash for it. That was another thing. I'm not going to take out a loan if I can't truly afford something like that, because nobody needs a Range Rover, but it's white. It has black wheels, red brake pads. It's everything I've wanted for a long, long, long time. Many, many years I've been saving up for this. It has a refrigerator built into it in between the seats. You'll see that on the video. It's awesome. It's so awesome. Anyway, it's just another perk that the real estate career can give you because of income potential. I hope this helps. Please give this a like. Please examine where you are mentally with these three things, and then put a plan together and start making one awesome real estate career going into the second half of 2023 and into the year 2024. Please subscribe, give this a like, turn on your bell icon next to the word subscribe, check out the two videos that have popped up, and thanks so much for watching.